go. Sorry guys, I'm going to see if I can manipulate this a little bit so that it's a little bit clearer. I don't know if I can manage it, but as it goes. Okay, so we'll see how that works. I just do these sort of fly, so as it goes, and again, even as far as the story, if this is your story, great. If it is not, check back for a later date. You don't all make decisions, as I say, on a Monday or a Wednesday or Friday, whatever. So you're going to be on your own timeline. So what I see here, sorry, I'm going to just adjust this a little bit more. It might not be through quite as ideally as I would like it. So what I see here is this is for those of you that are working on special projects, like something specific. So if you are working on a particular goal, I feel like this is going to speak to that aspiration. Now, again, all of you will have, your ideas of what that goal entails. It could be, certainly if you're looking for more of a relationship aspect of this, I'm not looking into that area. I'm looking more along the lines of the financial outcome of things. So we're going to just start out with what I see here, and then we'll clarify all of the cards. So I have pulled them off to the side. There's some more over here, and I'll pull them forward as we go. So again, Libra, this is just general outcome for the year of 2025 for those of you working on special projects. Okay, so what I see here with the Knight of Pentacles is whatever it is that you're doing, it does entail steady growth. So it is obviously something that has more of a long-term potential with this card. It is putting in the time. It is doing it in more of a practical way. So, you're taking the time to fill in the blanks and, steadily working towards something basically. So overall, it does feel like the Knight of Pentacles is opening the story here with more of a slow, consistent, devoted energy. Now, I do feel like this is going to be a journey that will have a little bit more of a modest return initially. I do feel like this does speak to something that will, it has grounding. It's something that has momentum. I don't feel like it will be something that will explode overnight. It'll be something that takes some time to build up. So there's more an enduring quality there. Now, when we get to, there's lots of knights here. So there's lots of action. There's lots of a steady pace for sure coming in. But what I'm seeing here now is the Knight of Cups. So I feel like your heart is really invested in this situation emotionally. So I feel like when someone is involved in your project, it has more of a emotive sense to it. So there's more of a feeling, there's more of a connection to you based on the way something is spoken or written, or something, it speaks to them on an emotional level. So it's through feeling is what I'd say. I do feel like this is more about insight into a particular voice, and I feel like this has an emotional impact. And I feel like that's how things will go forward here as well. How it'll be what they're seeing. This is how things will be talked about. Now, the Emperor, of course, taking control of that moment, taking control of the project, taking control of something, but it also is stepping up into authority in whatever this is for whatever this project is that you're on. But I feel like this is also dealing with setting up systems. So again, this could be business planning. This is marketing. This is elevating something. It's a passion project. It definitely feels like it's more positioned, and I do feel like this is a way of establishing yourself in a particular niche. So now we're moving on to the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is more of a give and take situation there. And hi there, Hayden. So this is more of a give in a particular situation. So again, you may be leveraging something because you are involved with other people. But at first, I feel like the income for whatever it is that you're doing will be a little bit more modest. It's balanced, but it's modest. It could be around, for some of you, $1,000 per month or whatever. I'm kind of grasping here a bit, but just trying my hand at this part on because usually the time frames and the monetary aspects of things can be a little bit of a gray area. But still say overall, this is the first 3 to 4 months of, post-launch of whatever it is that you're doing. So this is kind of teaching you how to receive, how to ask for your worth, and all of those things. That's what I see with that element to balance things out, because it feels like it's something relatively new in this space. Now, judgment, and there is a turning point. So something is going to shift, and that's maybe where an opportunity comes in here as well. So it's like you're reevaluating the scale of your success. Is it something that's moving slow, something that's moving fast? And given the monetary aspect of things, then you start to realize what it is that you're working with. The Hierophant is an element here that kind of speaks to a decision as well around or dealing with corporate energy or business structure, something very authoritative, like something that has more of a, um, has that quality, even teaching, consulting, or coaching energy here as well. But it feels like this more than just a project is or a product. Like it's like a framework or a path that you're wanting others to learn from. It's something a little bit broader than just actual element that you're doing. So financial growth, I feel, like I said, will be more steady and tangible. It'll be increasing every month. So probably by about the 5th to 7th month, you're going to see dramatic increases from what you were initially making, which I'm just using an example, but I would say probably the $1,000 per month. And then as it hits 5 to 7 months out, then it starts to become something at around maybe 1 to 2,000 or whatever. But again, take it as it resonates for you. This is just sort of a general idea, just to give you an idea of where kind of going with something. So, I mean, if you were, planning on something being $5,000, it would be kind of doubling exponentially 5 to 7 months out. So, however that makes sense for you. Now, I do want to say that, okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. Now, this is speaking to somebody who's very resourceful, uses their money wisely, and all of that. And certainly it is followed up with the Devil, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is you, even though we are doing air sign energy, but this is really with the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Lots of money cards coming out with this particular thing. So whatever this is you're doing, I feel like that Devil and the Eight of Pentacles speaks to a moment where you're feeling overworked or you're starting to feel trapped in whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you don't have the time to kind of get things going, but it's more a line of being too perfectionistic about something. You might be letting your productivity define your value. So it's also a money making energy, but again, it's getting locked into a productive cycle. And so that financial return starts to climb sharply here with that card as well. Now, the Pentacles is also sort of speaking to the same, that it is kind of incrementally working up to something here. But the Ten of Pentacles really dictates where it's going, especially with the Seven of Swords there. Ten of Pentacles, this is where this is going to be long-term wealth. And again, this could mean royalties for some of you, licensing, where it's flowing from this one project. So then I see 8 to 10 months out, it could be more like 3,000 per month or whatever it is for you, but it's going to really start to triple. And then I feel like, especially if you reinvest in, visibility of something and really making it, putting it more out there, then I feel like you're really going to dramatically increase your results. Now, I want to go back to Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, like I said, this is still in around you feeling a lot of doubt, not feeling like, it's hard to believe that something may be taking off. Maybe you didn't really believe that this could happen in this particular way or something along that line. But you could be sort of hiding your how do I say? I don't want to say your brilliance, but hiding your, hiding your ability to. Sorry, I was just checking the. Hi, SMJ. Back. But I would still say that this is along that lines of, there's still being some level of indecision here. There are a few swords that are coming in here. It's where you can't see the path clearly or something just doesn't seem to make sense. It's not that it's not unfolding. It's just taking one step to the other. And so because of that, it feels like you're not quite sure about something. So it becomes a little bit of a criticism out of fear, and it's, feeling those blockages basically. Again, the Devil card does remind you that we are looking at something, that's not, you don't want to be, what's the word, like enslaved by the idea that it has to be something in this particular, how do I put that? You don't want it to be something where you feel like if it doesn't hit this mark, I'm not worthy of, or it's not going to amount to anything. You want to sort of stay along the lines of being heart-centered. So, this is where things are balanced. It's the most authentic you. And that's when you stay in that energy, you'll start to see things move exponentially. Now, the last of the cards out here, the Six of Swords. So this could indicate travel as well, but there's also something here um, with some clarity or some ideas coming through here, or some kind of word of mouth, something that's going to be communicated to you. We do have the Queen of Swords, so this is your energy as well, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's showing up here. This is upscaled well with the Three of Pentacles. Now I'm going to go tie it in again together. The Sun card, reason to be optimistic. Everything is really starting to turn around. Now there is going to be a kind of information that comes in here, and I feel like these are opportunities for you. The Two of Swords, of course, is your mental blockage, and that Six of Swords here as well. But I feel like you're going to get some kind of major recognition, because the Page of Wands is really going to be that card of, again, information that's coming in. Sorry, guys. There we go. It's information that's coming in, but it also speaks to inspiration striking again. So maybe this is a sequel if it's a book, or maybe this is a workbook, or some kind of spin-off idea to whatever it is that you're doing, because more just keeps coming here. And it's the momentum that keeps it going, like I said. And of course, when we are back into that sun energy here, this is also telling you that that period might be around 10 to 12 months before you really get clear on what it is that you're dealing with as a general period, before things really start to shine and your visibility increases. But I feel like you're going to get a lot more out there, and there's going to be a lot more recognition for it as well. Because we have the Three of Pentacles, this is more of an so this is where collaboration is required from maybe others in your industry or others in an art field. People want to start to work with you. Your reputation becomes more solid and respected. And I just feel like, again, even with that Queen of Swords energy, you know, this is you in that this is also, anything with the Queen of Swords is a very mental pursuit, and it's also very articulate. Something dealing with words possibly as well. Good communication. You know, there's clarity, there's truth. It's bold, sharp, and it is, you know, definitely something about there being trust and a following. So again, I'll just summarize it. But initially, I feel like, you know, your earnings might be, again, I'm going to general, but just to kind of give you a feel of where things would go. Let's say $500 to $1,000 per month, maybe in 1 to 4 months. And then after that, there's a growth shift where it goes, let's say $1,200 to $2,000. So again, whatever your timeline is, 5,000, but whatever your baseline is, just, you know, try to amend it based on that element. I'm trying to sort of give you a gauge. So again, 5 to 7 months out, and then there's a major expansion phase, which is more about the 8 to 12 months, and I feel like that's when things really start to triple in terms of revenue. So again, there's something here about speaking, consulting, teaching, digital content, anything like that, licensing, but I still feel like there's groundwork, 1 to 3 month sort of period, where it's just steady and small wins, and then by the 4th month, it's like a turning point with that Judgment energy. So, yeah, where were we here? Oh, I put the cards. Oh, yeah, there we are. So, yeah, so again, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, and then we, you know, heart-based situation, but it's like you were in control, you're in a good position. But as I said, the Judgment card, when that comes out, this is really that turning point energy. And again, by the 5th to 7th month, it's expansion and some kind of higher income. So there's a lot more visibility, and there's a lot more of an income surge about 8 to 10 months out. But 11 to 12, by that last stage, I feel like when you get more of that Sun card coming out there, where there's a lot more recognition, and it's like the next phase of whatever it is that you're going to broaden it out to. So again, that could be, you know, dealing with more of, you know, course creation or whatever that is for you, but it's something along that line as a rough sort of idea. So for marketing, just something that you might want to keep back of your mind. But that's what I have for you guys. Keep moving forward. I'm going to do another one that might be a bit more relationship oriented just after this one, and then I might do one more sign before I finish it up. Until next time, keep moving forward.